Well, it's been quite a year since I did my video that covered my 4 systems for home organisation, and there's been loads of nifty innovations since then across the community. Whilst I touch on this in my self-building workshop video, I thought it would be worth a deeper walkthrough to explain how my thinking has evolved here. Whilst new innovations have solved loads of problems, like any advance, they've started to introduce new ones. So sit back, relax, and let me take you through the key problems that I see, my organisational ethos to tackle them, the 4 systems that I find have solved this for me, and share more free files and systems and customizers than you can shake your nozzle at. Actually, don't do that. It'll affect your print quality. Now, there's various challenges that I have seen in the last year or so. Of course, these are problems that I see, so do comment below if you agree or disagree. I think it's great to get views from across the community. But the key areas that need to be tackled are: 1. Fragmented ecosystems. Every system being added creates complexity of choice. From multiboard to Gridfinity, each reinvents the wheel. Different grid sizes, incompatible mounts, closed formats. This fragmentation locks people into silos and stifles creativity. Now, just as silly is the attitude of stop coming up with new ideas or systems. This is naive and anti-innovation. What is needed is a shift in thinking. So we should prioritise our interest in systems that seek to connect rather than divide. Those of you who work in tech will have seen this 1,000 times. The IE6 approach of trying to create one system that defines everything is just doomed to failure. Closed by design. On this note of IE6, I avoid systems that are locked behind restrictive licenses. As you know from my previous videos, I'm not ideological about open or closed licenses, but having a restrictive license on my baked beans holder is silly. Some systems gate their designs, discouraging remixing, or try to create a closed system. Real progress happens when ideas are shared, remixed, and improved together. There's an amazing community of designers, coders, and innovators out there, so I love systems that embrace this and don't stifle creativity. Plastic overload. Useful? Yes. Aesthetic? No. Many 3D printed organisation systems are pretty utilitarian. A sea of gaudy plastic colours and noisy shapes. Fine for your garage, but a bit embarrassing in your living room. They clash with natural materials, interior styles, and human warmth. We need to evolve systems to not just focus on basic utility, but on improving the aesthetic. Again, this is normal evolution. You remember those boxy beige PC cases? Well, that's most systems today. There's a reason that modern cases have embraced more materials like metals, woods, and glass, and we should too. Complexity disguised as customization. Modular doesn't mean bombarding the end user with thousands of confusing parts or options. It means the opposite. Many systems drown you in parts and variants, adapter plates, screws. Organising your space shouldn't require a spreadsheet. We need to apply the Lego test. Lego is a system that takes seconds to explain, yet offers almost infinite customization. You take a brick and stick it onto a stud. Well done, you now understand Lego. Yet you can also build some amazingly complex things with that knowledge. This is the hallmark of well-engineered solutions. Gridfinity is the perfect example of this too. You take a bin and slot it into the grid. Boom! Tens of thousands of models are now at your fingertips. So, considering these challenges, here's the organisational ethos that I aim at. interconnect everything. Organisations should behave like software, extensible, interoperable, and predictable, designed to be seen. Organisation systems shouldn't be exiled to the garage. Aim to make functional components that meet the standards of interior design. Integrate warm textures, lighting, decorative parts, and display aesthetics that complement real-life spaces. Open by default. I want to align with movements, not a market. I love remixing, sharing, and evolving. So any system that doesn't meet this isn't going to work for me. And that's why I release all my concepts as community-focused licenses, whether it's underwear, NeoGrid, or anything else. I want to share the creativity with everyone else. Radically simple. Intuitive design over instructions and explanation manuals. If a kid can't click it together in 10 seconds, it's just too complicated. Systems like Gridfinity and openGrid are designed to be understood through play, material agility. Not everything should be 3D printed. We need to battle to introduce new materials and push the boundaries of style. Choose the right material for the right job. The goal is adaptability, not mass plastic. In working through all this, what I've realised is that we don't need better organisers. We need a better way to think about organisation. So let's go through my go forward 4 organisational systems and absolutely tons of the best design improvements that I've seen in the last year. You may recall from last year that I separate my home organisation into 4 parts of a quadrant. Large items on the horizontal, small items on the horizontal, large items on the vertical, and small items on the vertical. This continues to work really well for me, and it allows me to focus on the right solution for the right scale. You see the benefits of this where you see people trying to print enormous Gridfinity bins or walled systems piddling around, proudly declaring what they can support in tens of kilograms. Meanwhile, French cleats are laughing their heads off, given that they start in hundreds of kilograms before they wake up. Let's start with small horizontals. For me, the only sensible choice is Gridfinity. It continues to leap from strength to strength and has such a massive community. It's the only show in town in this space. It's retained that lovely simplicity of use whilst building an absolutely enormous range of parts. Pretty much any tool, device or component in your house will have a Gridfinity part for it. And for the rare parts that don't, there's an awesome range of plugins and customizers that let you trace parts from photos, generate your own custom bins, or design in tools like Fusion. Let me just spotlight a few of the innovations that I've spotted in the last year that are adding more capability without complexity. Click grids. There are several approaches to this, but the ability to grip bins without needing magnets is super helpful in some cases. Other larger holders like Gridfinity Rugged Box are great for people who want to take their Gridfinity bins on the move. General shout out here to the amazing Perplexing Labs, which is basically the starting point for any systems. They've got generators for Gridfinity, openGrid and more, and even things like rugged box generators. Gridfinity labels. This has been another area of innovation. Colour-necked labels are great for adding portable labels to your bins if that's helpful. I also love any lid. As the name suggests, this lets you add lids to your Gridfinity bins. There are so many other options. One of my Discord members recently pointed out you can now have tambour doors on your bins if you like. And this is why Gridfinity Ecosystems is so cool. Just dive in and search MakerWorld for Gridfinity. It's such a vibrant ecosystem. Yet where Gridfinity starts to be inappropriate is with larger items. This is where last year I designed NeoGrid for my clothes drawers, workshop drawers, kitchen drawers and more. And it works great, but it's become so much better. NeoGrid 2.0 is now available, and it contains a year's worth of awesome improvements and ideas from all the community, all wrapped up in an online customizer by the ever-brilliant Blackjack Duck that lets you tweak the thickness of your material to anything that you can imagine. But most importantly, whilst you can still use Gridfinity bases, after experiencing David D's openGrid option, I was instantly converted. Just look at that grip. It's amazing. Yet, does this not break compatibility with Gridfinity, I hear you say? Well, no. It is the perfect example of openGrid. Firstly, it has been designed to interoperate, so the grids line up neatly with Gridfinity. So you could even mix and match them. But then Pedro, the Portu genius, and others have just come up with adapters to tackle that problem. One piece instantly converts any grid that you need. This is super handy for me, as I found that with NeoGrid, I'd quite often have a big tool, and therefore ideal for NeoGrid, but a few small related parts that I wanted to keep next to it, which is ideal for Gridfinity. On we march to the large vertical items. You want to hang your lawnmower or filament reels, power tools or more. It's French cleats all the way home. Where all these 3D printed wall systems are messing around, proudly declaring their weights in tens of kilograms, French cleats deal in hundreds of kilograms instantly, if not thousands. But shortly after my video, another genius, Bastel-style, launched Frenchfinity. This creates a huge ecosystem of 3D printed components to integrate with your French cleat setup. This gives you the best of both worlds and again connects systems beautifully. You want Gridfinity shelves on your French cleats? Easy. So French cleats remain an awesome solution and my go-to for anything that requires strength and size. And I'd highly recommend checking out Frenchfinity for more information. You can see this in action in my workshop as I have used 3D printed French cleats for my filament rack combined with metal curtain rods. And finally, we complete the quadrant with the small vertical items. Now this is the biggest change that I've made, even though it hasn't required much effort. Last year, I was using multiboard for small items, and it worked great for the time. But it always was held back by needless complexity, frequent changes to core components, inability to operate with the key systems that I used, and a license that discouraged community engagement and lots of other niggles. Now, as I used the super elegant multi-connect system designed by David D, this meant that I wasn't actually too invested in it. So when along came openGrid, it was game, set and match. openGrid is a system that integrates to the millimetre with all the other systems that I use. One that's designed from the ground up to connect with systems, not clash with them. You want GOES adapters. Bing! You want Gridfinity shelves. They fit perfectly. You want honeycomb system wall adapters. Ta-da! There are also adapters to allow it to work with my existing multiboard items. So I can just move the hooks and shelves from my existing multiboard walls in my craft room or kitchen cupboards to my openGrid wall in the workshop if I need to without reprinting. These adapters are like middleware, but for screws, not servers. Whilst it's a brilliantly elegant organisational system in its own right, its superpower is the way it's been designed from the ground up as an API for all the other systems, which is great, as if you see a neat model someone that has made in pretty much any system out there, you can just print an adapter and use it. I would recommend watching David D's introductory videos to some of his thinking, because I am doing a disservice to some of the brilliant engineering features. But it's open, community focused, and it connects all my favourite systems. when it prints faster, uses less filament, and is developing very quickly. So for me, it's the missing piece that creates organisational harmony across the 4 systems I use. For me, it was a no-brainer to cover the walls of the manufacturing zone in my workshop with this. And because it has such a strong grip, I've also used it to hold up my underwear under my desk. One of the benefits of using underwear with openGrid is that the underwear is reduced from multiple pieces and snaps to a single click. As with everything, Pedro has built a customizer for this. I'm using a transparent and shallower version to house the LEDs, which I'll come back to. Oh, and these Gridfinity shelves have been designed by DMG. You just print, click, and away you go. Unlike multi-board shelves, these fit perfectly with Gridfinity so that you can have seamless edges forever rather than having to have those gaps. So we have now achieved perfect harmony across all these 4 systems. Is this the end game for home organisation? Can we all pack up and enjoy our perfectly ordered abodes? Well, no. We now need to turn our attention to that elephant in the room, the next layer in organisational design that sits above all of the 4 systems, the aesthetics. How do we make these systems beautiful and smart? And this is where I believe the new frontier lies in these systems, as an array of new technologies and tools arrives, focused no longer on simply making things, but on making nice things. You can see my initial thinking and practice in my workshop, but this is just the start. There's a whole range of systems and features being designed by the Guild at the moment that I'll look to feature in upcoming videos. So keep an eye out for them. Let me know in the comments if there's any other aspects that I've missed and ideas for areas of the home that you'd like to be tackled. We're getting there and making home organisation an open standard for all. Hwyl fawr.